Peace. I'd like to welcome you back to another edition of the Foul Playland. As always, I am Sir Foul Player of Brooklyn. Wanted to make this video regarding a little bit of news that I saw on Twitter, what they call X now. And it was a video uploaded by this guy that's been shooting a lot of content in the streets of New York that's just regarding like migrants for the most part, or like crime in New York. But it's a channel on Twitter called Viral News NYC, if you want to go follow him. And he uploaded a video of a migrant shelter in New York City. It's probably the largest one, which is in Randalls Island. Randalls Island is a small island right off Manhattan, but the regular modes of transportation you can't really use to get there. Like there's no like buses that go from Manhattan, I believe, that go right into Randalls Island, or trains. But if you're outside, if you're on Randalls Island, you can see the view of Manhattan like it's as if it's like a few feet away from you because of how close it is. But there's really nothing there up until recently. As far like there was a couple houses, nothing like, but it was always like meant for like from what I remember, like shelters for like drug stuff and a couple weird things that were there, like police trainings, if I remember correctly. But they now used it recently to house migrants. So they put up these real big tents, and the tents hold about, I think I read that it holds 700 to 1,000 people, maybe. I'm not sure if my numbers are correct there, but this is a picture of the inside of one. And as you can see, it's a bunch of cots that they set up. These are all brand new, again, these tents. And I wish I could show you an aerial view. But this is not an area, since, again, this is not like Randalls Island. It's not really a place you got to go into as a New Yorker anyway. But it's now kind of like the being used just for these tents. See, this is, and I was looking for pictures of like the aerial view of this of the tent area, and you really can't find it. Like a lot of the news regarding the logistics of this migrant situation is something that's kind of like being hidden or sequestered on the internet. But as you can see, like this has gotten a little bigger than this now. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these large tents, and this one that's under construction. So actually 5. See, you can see like it's kind of like a frame of a tent here. There's more tents up again now than what you're seeing pictured here. But that's the best aerial shot that I could find as far as with the most tents that are completed. Anyhow, that area, there's not much video regarding it, like the inside of it. Like some videos come out like into the wild, like but not often. And I actually seen somebody attempting to record at the Randalls Island migrant tent facilities, whatever have you, and they were stopped by staff that worked with the migrants at these facilities. Anyhow, in the video that I'm showing you guys now, just uploaded to Twitter by this channel, Viral News NYC, it's police trying to enact an arrest, similar to what happened in the Times Square situation where 2 police officers were attacked by a group of migrant men. Here you have something similar to where the cops are trying to make an arrest. I'm not sure what the arrest was about, none of that stuff, what happens right before this video is shot. So take it as you will. But the cops are trying to enact an arrest. And similar to the Times Square situation, the people that were in the peripheral, or the men that were in the peripheral, the migrants, got involved just for the sake of getting involved, it seems like, just to have something to do, and it seems like they did something similar in this video, but they're chucking heavy objects at the cops, like water bottles, a suitcase at one point, I believe. But again, I only saw this video once, so we'll watch it again together. I'm going to play the video in its entirety at first and then rewatch it with you guys and give my commentary. Again, Viral News NYC, thank you for the video.
Oh God, back up! Back up! Oh my! No! Yo, security, surround the cops! Surround the cops! Watch out! Let's go! Rebel, let's go!
Again, thanks to Viral News NYC. You can find them on Twitter, what they now call X, again, for the great footage. But as you guys could see, like in most cases, or similar to the Times Square case, you got a bunch of men who were just hanging around New York City, who were just brought into New York City at a time when rents are at an all-time high. The hood in New York City has been on fire since 2020, and even before that. As far as things getting a lot worse, our youth are behaving 10 times worse than even when I was a youth, and I'm not that old. and I was a bad boy at time. But the youth are intolerable even before this all went down. Now, in as far as from my experience in New York, and things were already getting really bad, a lot more expensive. The country may have been doing great, but uh, the rents, let's say, from what I remember, even going back to 2008 and till now, were increasing like at rates I'd never seen before. So now, in the case of New York City, you dump a bunch of migrants into a situation that was already very hard to bear for people of color, minorities, black people, Latin people that were in New York, living, having to going from normally when I was a kid, everybody had apartments. As I started 2008 and up, you started seeing more people renting rooms, and now you dumped a tremendous amount of migrants at a rate that I've never seen for any group. Not even 10% of the what I'm seeing now. I've never seen any amount of people come into New York even close to what I'm seeing now, into a really bad situation um, that minorities were already suffering in New York, as far as raising rents and the you name it, the crime worsening in recent years. That was already happening. Now you're adding a bunch of dudes, men, don't have shit to do. They're being told immediately once they're getting into the country and treated in the sense of the whole DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion perspective that the powers that be want to push in this country. Well, it was sort of benefiting black people, at least giving them lip service um, from 2016 till it seemed like 2021. Um, Now the top of the totem pole in the diversity, equity, inclusion race is the new migrant class of people. And boy, are they going over the top to help that migrant group of people that are coming in now. I've never seen any group of people get 7,500 for living and food expenses like they are with these migrants, and that's what they're paying in Massachusetts, I believe, every month per migrant for just food and shelter for the hotels and for the meals. You know, I've never seen any group of people, especially in the diversity, equity, inclusion race, that the liberal powers that be, or fake liberal powers that be, that are running things these past couple of years. I've never seen them give handouts to any group of people like they're doing now. Like in the case of New York City, where they want to give debit cards to migrants with money in them, like one of the videos that I put up in which 50 Cent bigged up Trump and gave him props and said that we may need Trump back. You know, when he heard about this plan of New York City Mayor Eric Adams potentially giving out these debit cards with money in them. So, I mean, I've never seen a case in which a city that was already poor and suffering and having to cut the public resources before we even had this migrant crisis. And I've never seen them be so handouty, so tolerant, so bending over backwards, breaking our own back to accommodate these people. I don't think we should accommodate these people one iota. In fact, I think they should all leave if it were up to me. Wouldn't let any of them in. I hope that this is a lesson to this country. Just as a side note, moving forward, we shouldn't fall into an okie doke like this ever again. But hopefully that's the only good that comes from this. But Let me replay the video and I'll give my input. The couple of words that I could hear among the fray, I'll translate to since I speak Spanish. Just pulling it up now. And again, the cops that are here, it looks like black and Latin cops that are making this arrest. And prominently, there's only one woman officer here, and I don't even think I saw one migrant woman. I think I saw one, but everybody here who's harassing these cops are men. But again, the one woman police officer in this situation happens to be a black woman. So according to these liberals, going back to a time long ago, I don't know, let's say 2019, we're making it seem like they had their hearts open to the plight of black people across the United States and the world, and injustices and racisms that were being performed against the black people of this great land. True, what the ones that are valid and the ones that aren't. Like that was the principal issue for the liberal left and the powers that be that run the country for the last 4 years. But now I guess it's totally cool to have this pack of men, these what do you call it, machista men chucking shit at this black woman that's just trying to do her job. This black female officer on an island. She's the only woman here. There's no white officers here getting shit chucked at them. It's my so-called minorities and black women getting assaulted by these unemployed violent men. And again, you don't get a group of people that are in this country, even though they're in the country illegally. You don't get a group of people that are coming from a perspective like, we're happy to be here and we're ready to get working. No, the people come this recent wave. I'm pretty sure it's like the policy makers have pretty much blessed them with the designation of being the highest on the totem pole in the equity game, and pretty much carte blanche for them. So, and they're acting that way too. Not only are they acting like they're deserving of everything they're being given, they want more, and they're pretty violent about it. They're dicks. Yeah, look how they caught that officer right in his face, the dark skinned Latin dude. Look at that. Come on, if that would have been a bottle or something heavy, I don't know. I don't even know what that was, but that could have really hurt that man. Look right there. They throw a large hiking bag. I don't know what's in it. What if it had a bottle of cologne or something heavy in it, and they just hit that female? That's a female, guys. That's a female, black female. They just hit that female in the face. Look, there they go. In that part, he's saying no te deje posar, no te deje posar. That means don't let them cuff you. So it's crazy too, and I noticed that because when and I was wondering like whether they've been given those instructions by whoever, like some of these advocacy groups, like to try to make it hard on the cops when they try to enact the arrest. And that's you've seen other elements of the hyper left work and train in that fashion and how to deal with police and whatnot. So would I be surprised if some rogue NGO or one of these anti-fascist quote unquote groups is training factions of this migrant class that is coming in on how to be more of a physical annoyance or pestilence to cops? Who knows? But he's basically the guy's trying to delay himself being arrested by not allowing himself to be handcuffed. Um, like the guy who's giving him advice is telling him. And again, you see everybody here, like they all have nice clothes, Nike, all this shit is brand new. They best dress way better than me. I mean, like, you know, either they're getting that money by way of handout, as far as the city of New York, which is already depleted in resources, giving them money to buy this clothes and the food and whatnot, or they're going out and stealing it. That's a possibility too. Who knows? But these dudes, not only are they dressed nice, but a lot of these items that they're wearing, top to bottom, it's all expensive shit. All of them have nice haircuts, like. And all this shit is happening just for recreation, like the case with the Times Square cops. The guys that were around seem to have gotten involved just for the sake of getting involved, just to have something to do. Especially when you watch the body cam footage, that Times Square interaction with the cops and the migrant men. The cops that got involved, I mean, the guys that got involved seemingly did it just to do it. It seemed, you know, again, if you haven't watched the body cam footage, if you need to find the body cam footage, go back to my past couple videos. I did make a video about it. But both cases, it seems like just a bunch of dudes that are hanging around like these migrant men are, large packs of men with nothing to do. And given the opportunity, they're beating cops up just to do it. And listen, to anybody who tries to come with the idea that just because I'm conservative, that I'm pro cop, I can't stand cops in most cases. Cops are give them opportunity and they'll sell you out in an instant. When the lockdowns were happening and people were ratting out on businesses that chose to remain open, who was going out and enforcing those rules and giving tickets and playing Gestapo? That was your local cop. So no, I don't normally reason or give the benefit of the doubt to cops, but do I want to see them getting beat up or shot down? No.
Oh God, back up! Back up! Oh my! No!
And again, everything you see here, like as far as the logistics of it, the tents, the cots, the meals that are being served these people, that's paid 100% by the taxpayers of New York. And New York, almost a year ago, has been saying that they're going to cut down resources because they can't deal with this migrant crisis. But it's only getting worse and worse. Only more tents being built. This isn't the only place that they house migrants. There's tons of other places. This is one of the bigger ones. And this just popped up out of nowhere. You could see one of these pop up in Central Park next. You could see one of these pop up in Sunset Pool next. You could see one of these pop up in Prospect Park next. Who knows? This crisis is only getting bigger. See, and this was very telling too. Like the security guards of this facility that aren't police officers, regular, I guess, contractor security guards. It said, "Surround the cops, surround the cops."
Security, surround the cops. Surround the cops. Watch out.
So even the security guards that work here have their own protocol. The protocol is basically surround the cops, let them do their arrest, and get them out of here. So this is the insanity that we all got to live through. We got to live through the fact that cops are getting shit chucked at them, and that these large groups of men are allowed to beat up cops, knowing full well that if you go a couple blocks from here in Lower East Side projects in downtown Manhattan, and a group of black men chose to throw things at the cops while an arrest was happening in on Avenue B in Lower East Side, you think that the cops would be this patient? The cops would be shooting into the crowds in those instances. Again, the protocols are in place. Everybody just deals with the insanity like nothing happened.
Rebel, let's go.
And again, these security guards you see here, they work for the whatever, and because again, this isn't done by the government of the United States as far as making these tents happen. These are contractors. Everything you see here is a contractor that's feeding them, a contractor for the food, a contractor for the tent building, a contractor to acquire new tents, a contractor for the security guards. And these security guards, these young cats that are working here, in the latter portion of the video, every part of this operation, administrators, you name it, all contractors, and they're all being paid handsomely. I'm pretty sure that the security guards here are probably making, if I had to guess, I mean, and these are regular young cats that were probably making minimum wage, but you could before this, but they're probably making $25, $30 to do security for this madhouse. That's money that we're wasting. Money that we're wasting to house these migrants that aren't appreciative of the fact that they're here. Also, too, at the end of this video, I forgot to mention, and that's to show you that this migrant bullshit, it's a bunch of cap. These people don't make a arduous trail through jungles to get here. I think in most cases they're being bussed into the country, not into New York only. I think they're being bussed from other countries in Latin America to other countries in Latin America, and then making their way here. And one thing that gives that away, look, and I've seen other instances like that, but you see one at the end of this video where you got a fucking guy with crutches and he's missing a leg. This guy right here with the gray jacket, this man's wearing crutches. So you're going to tell me, and it's a nice jacket too, you're going to tell me this dude made a trek like that, climbing shit, avoiding the cartel, all this bullshit with one leg? The fuck out of here. But this is insanity. Will it get better? I don't think so. I don't care if they put up tanks at the Texas border. It seems like another border sprouts up every day. Like today, they're saying that there's a mass influx in the San Diego border, or the Tijuana border. Arizona is getting bombed out. What you're seeing in Texas is basically migrants that are coming in that are being processed for the most part. Everybody who's going in through Arizona, by and large, is not being processed. these people that are storming in through California now, I'm not sure what their status is, but that's a whole new leak of migrants that we got to contend against. So this is not going to stop anytime soon. If there's any good that should come of this, is hopefully that something like this will never happen again. And this is going to be the year of our lifetime. I'm telling you guys, 2024 is going to be the most batshit year you've ever experienced. And that's scary, but it's also fantastic. Because again, like, think about it. If I think what we're living through right now is a harbinger, or really maybe a breaking point that we may reach in which something like this never happens again, we might be going down the list of other things that we may not want to happen again or to ever happen again. And there's a lot of things that we shouldn't let happen again. Recent history, the fact that they were trying to make you drink the tea and whatnot, like to keep your job, shit like that shouldn't happen again. And I think people are going through a wake-up call in a large sense. And hopefully it peaks in 2024. And good may come of it. Tough times, but great times ahead. But before I go, I want to urge you guys to please like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm working against the algorithm. You guys could help me contend against that beast. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to try to do more videos like this because I always liked videos that were long and with a lot of verbiage within them for the car, or if I'd be at work walking around, just so I don't have to like keep looking at my phone and have something to listen to long term, or for 20 minutes. I'm going to try to do videos like that more. But again, please help this channel grow. We're heading into crazy times, and I want to be walking alongside with you, and we could bullshit about it here. But do help my channel grow if you could. And don't be a hater. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share, whatever you could do. Talk about my channel. And to those that do comment, I always respond back. I like to have discourse. These are crazy times, and we should talk to each other more, not less. Even if we don't agree. But with that, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for stepping into the Foul Play Line with me. Peace.